Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks Plays Naval Action. And in today's episode, it's one of the battles episode where I'm showing just random battles. And I figured to show some fleet action. I was joined by two captains. One was HMS Cabbage and another one's James Bolitho. And all three of us were running Cerberuses. And our opponents are, I believe, Brig and Mercury. So yeah, this is actually the reason why I'm showing this is it's actually the first time that I have engaged in any fleet action since the sea trials, or at least in the open world. So I figured it would be also cool and fun to show. Other than that, I also have my one-on-one series where I'm engaging, basically one-on-one ship. It's typically a mission, and yeah, it's kind of one-on-one action. But here I will also be showing some occasional, naval action battles that I'm playing with some friends. Okay, so we decided to first focus on the Mercury, obviously, because it's a little bit higher guns and boss and everything. So we figured out we have 3 Cerberus frigates, so we're just gonna open up on this guy and fire. You know what they say, plywood simulator one-on-one. And Mercury is actually a pretty decently armored brig, and the brig, but still, it's not a brig, sorry, it's a navy brig, but still, those two shouldn't be much of a problem for our 3 Cerberuses. Taking them 1 versus 2, I have actually fought navy brig, and I have fought, a Mercury, both at the same time with my Cerberus, and back then it was a very challenging fight. But this way, 3 Cerberuses, I think we should have them done in no time. Okay, having said that, let's just aim for Denise Chertoff and fire. I always aim slightly a little too high, but yeah, it's one of my downfalls, what can I say. My teammates are also doing a pretty nice job of these two, and I'm constantly getting fired, I assume by a navy brig, but ultimately, given the firepower that we have here, I don't care. Fire! I think we will have this Mercury down in no time. So I was just thinking that James and I will probably go and sandwich this Mercury, while our buddy over there, the HMS Cabbage, is duking it out with the navy brig. By the way, guys, if you're playing naval action, I suggest running missions, but I suggest running them with your friends, because experience-wise you get a lot faster and a lot more, because, typically this fight for me, if I was alone, would take roughly 35 minutes until I duke it out with each one of them. This way it can be much faster, and it's also much more fun playing with people on the fleet. So yeah. Let's see. Hard to starboard. Aiming for the knees. My guns are about to be reloaded. Fire. Wait for it. Fire. Some damage done. As you can see, his starboard side is almost completely holed, so I don't expect Denise to be putting up much more of a fight. Usually when you hold one side, and if you hold it enough, then yeah. It appears one of my teammates gotten hit pretty hard from the brig, yeah. Or brig, sorry, Mercury, but Yeah, Mercury is a kind of type of brig, I would say still. So yeah, let's see. Oh, fire. This is nice. Just have to keep situational awareness so that I don't run into my buddy James over there. So, and he's on fire. At least if I'm hearing correctly the bells. Yeah, he is on fire. And I mean, don't mean that he is really doing good, but more that like he's actually burning. I guess the captain forgot to put out the barbecue before the fight. So yeah, well that's what happens, guys. 1 minute you have shrimps on the barbecue, the other minute you are basically your ship is burning. Very poor aiming on my part. Yeah, so I'm just saying to my guys that, well, the Mercury is pretty much goner. His armor is stripped on almost both sides. He's well holed beyond that point, so I don't really see the reason to putting more hurt on him, but rather focus on this guy over here. And then I realize my guns are nowhere near as loaded, which means I will be taking some flak. Well, in hindsight I should have thought better, but yeah. Given that I have plenty of armor and he's way worse armed than I am, I'm actually gonna take out on a whim and just fight broadside to broadside. So, the problem is that I'm healing a little bit, so I'm actually trying to put down, reduce my sails and stuff, and now fire. Oh, this was a beautiful broadside. I almost completely took down his side. So let's see now if I can motivate him to turn, because I'm thinking now of my teammates, and I'm basically managed to catch up to him, but they are still running behind me. So I was here thinking to actually get him to turn by playing chicken with him. And if I manage to get him turn upwind, then he's pretty much dead in the water, which means that we can actually give him some nice and healthy broadsides. And he is taking the opportunity, I'll give him that, and fire. But I'm also taking opportunity to, well, to change his color. I didn't like his starboard side's color, which is green. I want it to be just regular plywood. So, and I had here a possibility for boarding, but then we realized, I understood that if I was to board him and capture the ship, then this buddy of mine wouldn't get the XP. So I figured, well, why not? We're still in the fight, so might as well hole him and sink him. So I don't want to board him. I want to sink him. Come on, a little bit more, and fire. Well, even if 2-3 shots came in, that was still good on my count, so you have to be a little bit careful here with the friendly fire. And my guy here, HMS Cabbage, he was actually very good with aiming, so yeah. Yeah, so I basically signaled here to the rest of my fleet that I've stopped him and that he is ripe for picking, and that I'm basically a little bit moving away from him, while I will still maintain a healthy broadside position. So I'm hoping that my buddy James here opens up, and he does, and he hits. Awesome. Then I open up another broadside, at which point the fire breaks out. Poor Navy brig, he never stood a chance. So yeah. Fire. It's not a fair fight, really, but given that it's his mission, who cares? And I said, he's cooking something, so I guess this guy also forgot the barbecue running. So yeah. Oh, and a buddy of mine said that it's actually a ship meth lab confirmed. Oops. I guess his captain was buffing the Magic Dragon a little bit too much, I guess. Well, what can you do? Anyway, I still believe it's a barbecue gone AWOL. Come on. They were living off the sea. I mean, I would constantly have something on the barbecue there. Okay. I'm now trying to maintain position and basically turn hard to starboard. But the guys, as you can see, this fight is pretty much drawing to a close. I'm pretty sure that Cervantes here will sink any minute now, and which will bring our fight to its quick resolution. So, as you can see, going with fleet is actually very fun, and as you can see, battle over. Well, that's it, guys. So, as you can see, fighting in a fleet can be very fun and very rewarding. I'm so happy that I play with these two, and thanks for them for playing. And to the rest of you, thank you for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off.